If you started working on Project 3, you may have a few questions regarding it, which I will attempt to answer in this screencast, and maybe a few other ones you haven't thought of too. I'm looking at the rubric right now, as you can see, and the first place to start as you're beginning this project, if you haven't already begun, is to create basically the front page of the website that you would like to share with parents on the first day of school, or parents and students. So I made a few suggestions here of having something like a homework page, a bulletin board page, resource page, and you can have some other things. I started a sample right over here. I've got a home page, homework page, a bulletin board page, a resources page, and a classes page with some sub-pages for like class 1, class 2 if you were a secondary teacher and had multiple classes that you taught. I got a few other elements. For instance, one of the other things that's probably an important part of your website is to include a contact button. And I just grab a little button here, and I can just say contact me. And that's a easy way just to create a button and make it really easy for people to contact you. So you can just put an email address here at which people can contact you. So I can just say, for instance, the one that we'll be using in this video, edu@gmail.com. So I'll save that. You can contact me there. It's also good to kind of put in an educationally themed image. I just happen to have one available. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Grab this educationally themed image from our mock trial earlier in the year. I'm just going to copy the image URL, go over to Weebly, drag in the picture, drop it here, and now I'll grab the image URL, paste that in, and there we go. Okay, so there's my picture. Now I have a little bit of space under here, and I can actually move this over. A good thing I think that would fit right in over here is a calendar. Calendar is a pretty handy resource to have on a website, so I'm going to go right over here to my Google account, click on calendar, and then I have an events test. It has all my events and tests and so forth, things from the week. So I'm going to hover over this, and I'm going to go to calendar settings. As I scroll down the page a little bit, I see a little thing that I can grab this embed code here, but I don't want a calendar that big. I want to kind of custom size that. I think my calendar is somewhere in the range right now, that little space. I have about 300 pixels. I like a nice square calendar. Will probably work for me there. So there's a nice calendar that will probably fit in my little space. I can probably make it a little bit bigger. I'll make it about 350 there. And that makes it just a tiny bit bigger. And now I can grab the embed code for that. Copy that. Go back over to my website. Drop in calendar widget and paste it in there. Make sure I'm nice and centered here. And we're just need a little bit more space, so I'm going to pull this over just a little bit more. And it will fit nicely into that little area there. I probably could even put one more link in there, but for right now I'm just going to leave it because it's looking alright. So basically what I have here is a front page of my website that I will share with parents and students. Now I go to my letter, and the idea of the letter is to explain how you'll be using the website in class. So I can go to my Google Drive and I can create a new document here, and in the document it will just be, like I said, a letter to parents. So I'll go to title and say final project Mike EDU 242 342. Titled it and say, Dear Parents, I look forward to working with your sons and daughters this year. Throughout the year, or to better serve your children in the classroom and beyond, I've created I'm just going to say I've created a website and now I'll just continue on with this letter. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but you can say what you would need to say. And I'm just going to tell a little bit about some of the things that I'll have. So for instance, if I go back to my website, one of the things that I have on my website is a homework page. And so I might just say something really quick about the homework page with a, say, homework page. On this page, you'll find a daily snapshot of our class homework board. You can check it for all the latest assignment information. And I might go ahead and make that bold right there. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and change my font style to Times New Roman, or I'll just call it Garamond. I like my Garamond font. And I'm going to make that bold again. That is bold there. Just I'll italic it to stick out a little more. And then I can just kind of talk about some of my other pages that are also on my website. Give a few more details if I need to. So I also have the bulletin board. What am I going to do with the bulletin board? And the resources page. What sorts of things will I find on the resources page? So I can talk about the bulletin board. Give a little detail about that. I can talk about the resources page. And I can also talk about if you need to contact me. If you need to contact me. They can click the contact me button, obviously. Now, one of the other elements that you want to do with this is you're going to want to put in a screenshot of your website. There are several ways to do this. I'm going to go ahead and publish this site very quickly here. So I'll publish that, and the name of my website is In Pursuit of a 100% Day.weebly.com. Open up that website, and you can see what this looks like. Oh, I put all those things on the wrong page, I guess. Oops, I put all those on the resources page. So let's just, for instance, go to the resources page so I can see what it looks like here. And that's what it's supposed to look like. Now, two ways to do this. One way is it's very easy, is to just use your DGO button. And you can take a screenshot of your website with the DGO button, like this, and zap. And I click the little save icon right down here. If I want to draw an arrow to something, I can say, oops, and I can pick my arrow color. I can draw like, hey, contact me anytime you like. I get to do that. Maybe I want to circle something, and I can say, woo, drawing a little arrow to that. This is starting to get a little busy. You want to be careful with how much you do here. And then just say like a little, this is where you can go to get the daily assignments. And then I'm going to go ahead and save that. Tag as a standalone URL, and I can just say, call that sample, website sample, and then I will save. And I will save it to my DGO library. So now, if I go to my DGO library, right over here, then I'll be able to check out the picture that I just downloaded, and I can now grab that picture right here. All I'm going to do once it opens is right-click on it, and copy the image URL, go back over to my document over here, and then I can just insert that into the document as an image by URL, paste that in, and then I'm good to go. I'll center that, resize it, give a little sincerely action. One other thing to make sure that you include is the URL of your website. So you might even just kind of separate that and make it a little bit bigger and bolder. So for this one, it was In Pursuit of a 100% Day.weebly.com. Hopefully your website isn't that long. And go ahead and link that. Right there. Center it, maybe make it a tad bigger so it really sticks out. And there is my basic thing, obviously with more things that need to be filled in. The last thing you have to do is make sure that you share it to mansur.edu@gmail.com. Click share and save. Done. And then on my end, I'll be able to jump over here and see right there that this is now shared with me. I can also see I got a few other people here that have already shared their projects with me. Appreciate that, and that's all, folks.